For each of the apps that we've built, we have put together a really practical action worksheet. And this is important because often when we're learning something new, we can read about it or talk to someone about it, and then it goes on a shelf and we never actually use it or start to practice. And practicing is a very important thing to be doing, because that's how we anchor and integrate the new learning and the new competency that we are working on developing. So with the action worksheet for having a difficult conversation, one of the things to remember is that having the actual conversation is really only about a third of what needs to happen in the situation. There are things that you can do before in order to prepare yourself for the content, for what you want to say, personally, to make sure that your foundational practices are in place. There are things that you can do during the conversation. So again, the actual content, how you set the tone, how you, watching your body language and the tone of your voice, and also that you practice breathing through that arc of intense energy that I talked about in the first video. With the arc of intense energy that happens when we get into a difficult conversation, often it can be really uncomfortable for us to stay present or awake when the feeling or the emotions get too intense for us. What we want to do is practice breathing, and we've got a practice within the worksheet that describes how to do that for you to actually, we call them a somatic practice or a body practice. So something that you can practice to support you during the conversation. The third piece is that after the conversation, there are things that you can do as well. So you want to debrief. And an important point to remember is that your inner critic will want to judge everything that you did in the situation. So it's important for you to balance that out and to have one or two things that you could have done differently, and then 4 or 5 things, or a few more than what you have that were the constructive criticism, in order to balance it out. So what are the positives? What are the things that you can see that you did really well in the situation? The fact that you actually got up the courage to have the conversation really is enough progress in and of itself. If you had a hard time staying present, or if you didn't say everything that you wanted to say, that's okay, because it is all progress. If you'd like support, we have authentic leadership circles that you can participate in. You can book a coaching session with an experienced authentic leadership circle host as well. And you can also go to the books that we've provided, so that there are some fabulous books and other resources out there for you to take a look at. And we've listed them on this little website for the app. We hope you found it useful. If you have any feedback, we'd also love to hear that as well. So you can email me at tana@tanaheminsley.com, or you can check out www.authenticleadershipcircles.com as well. We look forward to knowing you and have a better time at having difficult conversations. Relax into your authentic self and live this day with just a little more ease.